shit. One of the main goals of this channel, one of them, just one of the things that we're striving for here, is pushing the ideology of the purple pill. Now, I understand that some of you may not get what the purple pill is because it doesn't necessarily exist. I'm sure somebody said something about it before. But we are driving the necessary change for this, and I'm going to explain it to you. The purple pill is the combination of everything good without everything bad of the two main pills. Now, there's a very popular red pill. It's going to be represented by this Cartier card. The very popular red pill has been taken over by a bunch of lunatics who hate women. That's just a fact. I've talked about it a lot on this channel. I'll get into the blue pill in a second. The red pill, is this even showing up as red for you? I don't care. What it is, now, the red pill is just a bunch of guys who have blamed all of their problems on women for everything in their life. All of their misfortunes, all of their bad decisions. It's the woman's fault for being a whore rather than the man's fault for dating a whore. Very funny, very unironic of them. And for that reason, red pill is not a thing you could follow anymore, right? So that's gone. Next we have the blue pill, represented by this blue wall. This helps me take case backs off of watches. No, I don't take them off of my $70,000 watches or my $40,000 watches. I take them off of your watches because they're all fossil fashion watches and they suck. Now let me explain to you what the blue pill is. This is less of a common term, but it's more of a way of life. You'll understand exactly what I mean. The blue pill are the super of our society. They are the guys who get pretty much ran over by girls, the guys who do everything that girls want them to do, the guys that say yes honey, yes everything to that. The reason that the blue pill doesn't work is because it builds a resentment for the lack of masculinity in the man. The woman grows tired of a yes man. The woman grows bored with a guy who does everything she wants, and she seeks a hyper masculine man at that point. Hyper might be a little dramatic, but she seeks a masculine man. She leaves a red-pilled man for the reasons of he's a psycho and he's gone way overboard with the masculinity role, but she leaves a blue-pilled loser for the reasons of, well, he doesn't really have a backbone and he doesn't really do anything that he wants. He just listens to me. And although women will convince you or try to tell you that that's what they want out of a man, it's not. What they want is a real person to interact with. And that's where we get into the purple pill. When you have a purple-pilled person, notice I'm wearing a purple shirt. It's because I can pull it off. A purple-pilled person, they are the best of both sides of things and none of the worst. It's an infallible argument and an infallible mindset that I'm trying to push onto you guys. That's why I've even freed up my hands with this microphone. I have some notes, but I'm going to ignore them for now. And off the top of my head, I want to explain. You are allowed to take red-pilled and blue-pilled ideologies into this. That's the whole point of the color. It fuses into purple. With a purple-pilled person, they will be in emotional control of themselves, but also still hold masculine leadership values. That's the point. The point isn't to scare a woman away or to act like you're better than them or to hate them. It's to treat them really good, but still be a man. That's kind of always been the point. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, that's what everybody does. No. What red-pilled guys do, famously, is they adopt an alpha mindset where they're pretty much right about everything. They don't understand how to draw the line. You have to understand, we're working with sub-90 IQ people here. The people watching this video, for the most part, they might be of above average intelligence. However, if this message gets to where it needs to go is to the people who don't really get how to think for themselves. And the people who don't really get it, they participate in ideologies that lead them down paths that they don't understand. For example, a blue-pilled guy thinks he's just being nice. He doesn't realize that he's a pussy. He doesn't realize that nobody really wants to be around him. Nobody feels safe around him in an actual safe way. Whereas a red-pilled guy doesn't understand nobody feels safe around him in a way that he seems sporadic and scary. So that's what we're pushing. We're pushing the agenda of the purple pill, which is a calm and even-centered man. Think of the quote, "It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war," right? What that means is, at the end of it, you want to be the warrior in the garden. So yes, you want to be capable. Yes, you want to be a leader. Yes, you want to have masculine qualities and stand up for what you believe in. Yes, you want to be able to make the right decisions and be respected. Completely understandable. But sometimes when your girlfriend just wants to talk about her day, it's not your job to logically explain to her everything that she did wrong and how she could have fixed it. Sometimes it's your job just to listen, right? That makes sense. It makes sense when I say it, but do you do it? I don't think so. So when you are a purple-pilled individual, you'll have all those qualities of a red-pilled guy that make her feel safe in a feminine way. The blue-pilled end of it comes in when you need to be emotionally available for a woman. Not overly emotionally available, but emotionally available. You're not supposed to just be some hyper-masculine, yeah, whatever, babe, I'm going to play with the boys, fuck off. Or some, well, it seems like it was your fault that happened. But you're also not supposed to be, yes, baby, yes, honey, anything you want to do. Girls resent both of those type of guys. And the problem is with adopting a red-pilled versus a blue-pilled mindset is that you kind of placate yourself on one side of those fields because most people don't grasp the concept. They understand the idea. So what I'm trying to do is explain to you, not only are those broken, but the idea is to take the bests of both of those and merge them. Some things there's debate on. For some topics, you can say, well, this is good and this is bad, and then the other person will say, no, this is good and this is bad. And there's a debate to be had. There's reasons. For what I'm telling you right now, there's no debate to be had. It's just a fact. This is how you get girls. How you get girls is you be a purple-pilled individual. That's it. That's to the end of the day. You can't sit there and be hyperly masculine and toxic, and you can't sit there and be an over-emotional crybaby. You're not going to win either way. Now, if you merge those buzzwords together, yeah, you're going to be a overly emotional toxic man or a hyper-masculine crybaby. Neither of those work either. You have to be essentially an unmoving mountain. You want to be the monk in the garden. The best example of this archetype in fiction is James Bond. Who doesn't want to be James Bond, right? He is extremely purple-pilled. He is unbelievably capable of every single thing that he does in a hyper-masculine way. However, when it comes to women, he understands them. He knows how to pull on their heartstrings. He knows how to take care of them. He knows how to please them. He also knows how to detach from them as a gentleman. He dresses extremely well. He has great manners. He's well-spoken. He's highly educated. But if something happens, he's capable. That's what a purple-pilled guy is. A red-pilled guy, I guess if you were putting them in clothes, they'd be wearing a tank top, walking around with dude shoes on, with Oakley glasses, and they'd be saying, I don't know, you need to eat red meat for the rest of your life only. A blue-pilled guy would be drinking Soylent, wearing board shorts, and probably an anime t-shirt. And he'd be saying something along the lines of, yes, honey. So you want to find the middle. The middle ground is the perfect gentleman. The middle ground is the purple-pilled individual. The middle ground is James Bond. James Bond being, you dress nice. You dress presentable. You're a nice guy to be around. You're inviting. The atmosphere around you is pretty nice. But you know how to control yourself. You know how to handle yourself. You know how to handle a situation. You know how to handle a woman. Because let's be honest, if you're a red-pilled guy, it's not working, is it? You're not looking for the perfect trad wife Still, right? You're still looking for the perfect girl that's going to obey you and bow down and do everything that you want. You still looking for her? Does it keep not working out after a few months? Wow, I can't believe it. The red pill bullshit, it's over. The blue pilled guy, they get into long relationships, 2 years, 3 years, and then all of a sudden it crumbles. Well, why don't you like me anymore? I've just been a great guy this whole time. Yeah, well, you're kind of a pussy. Sorry, honey. It's just how it is, man. The people who stay in long term relationships, the people who have it down, the people who exude confidence, the people who really get everything they want out of life, act like James Bond. That's it. They're purple pilled. I'm sorry, it's a cheesy, corny example, but it's better than. I mean, it's not even better than anything. It's the best example I could give you. That's exactly how you want to be. Now, obviously, you want to be your version of that. You're not supposed to completely copy fictional characters as if they're real. But you understand the principles, right? Are you an adult? Are you going to argue with me in the comics? Yeah, well, James Bond isn't real. Everybody just writes for him. Yeah, well, it's high level writing, right? Like, just apply it to real life. You can be that guy. Girls like that. Girls wish they were in a movie anyways. You want to be purple pilled. That's it. We're going to keep pushing it. This is a reference video for the future when I talk about being purple pilled. I'm going to stop talking about the pills pretty soon. But that's it for today.